So, hello students. So, students, last class we already discussed that viscosity, as well as one more we discussed, that is viscous force. So, let me to refresh once again what we discussed last class. So, that is viscosity. Viscosity means what I told. So, the property of a liquid, or you can say the property of a fluid, by virtue of which it opposes the relative motion between the layers. Means, so whatever layers will comes inside the liquid or fluid, so that a layer will opposes that molecules, whatever molecules will be there in different layer, that will opposes the relative motion between adjacent layer. So that is nothing but viscosity. Okay, and the force, whatever force comes here, the opposition force, so which will oppose us for relative motion of the fluid, so that type of force itself is called viscous force. So whatever force develops inside the fluid, it always opposes, it always resists the fluid to flow. Okay, so that type of force is called viscous force. So let me to take, so viscous force, what do you mean by viscous force? So which is related to fluid. Okay, which is related to fluid, remember. So this type of force you can find in any liquid or any fluid. So what is this force? The name itself indicates here, viscous. Okay, means it is the tangential force that tends to decrease the relative motion between the layers. Remember, a simple definition what I told. So what I told here, so the tangential force that tends to decrease the relative motion. So for example, let me to take one example, students. So for example, if I consider this as a surface. Okay, now water is moving here. So for example, if I consider, so this is the water drop, it is moving like this. Okay, then if I consider, this is the tangential force. Okay, these are the tangential force in different layers. Okay, if I consider different layer of this water molecule or water drop. Okay, so for example, remember always, students, a water molecule which touches the surface, which touches the solid surface, the velocity will be here zero. Why? Because here molecules will be is at rest, here velocity will be zero, almost it is at rest, molecules will comes at rest. So but remember, as you move upward direction, okay, so for a different layer, if you see this layer, this layer, this layer, this layer, as we move up, okay, so the velocity will be goes on increases, so it will be goes on increases, and velocity will be maximum at the okay top portion. So means at the top surface. Okay, so it will be maximum. Remember always, students. Okay, you must remember all these things. So at the upper surface, okay, upper surface, okay, you can say maximum speed of the water molecule, and below the surface means when the molecule touches this solid surface or any okay surface at the ground level, so then velocity will be almost zero. And this velocity, so velocity will be increases from layer to layer, okay, as we move in upward directions. So it will maintains maximum value at the top portion, remember. Okay, so this is happening in viscous force. Students, one more thing I told here, what is that? The tangential force that tends to decrease the relative motion between the layers. Means, so for example, if I consider different layer, so these are the tangential force. So for example, this is the tangential force. Means if I consider, okay, so for example, if you consider any two okay, two layers, so for example P and Q. So as I told you, when water is touches the ground level, so it is almost zero, means water molecule is at rest only. As we move up, so let us consider velocity at this region. Okay, at this level will be v, we can say. Okay, then so the velocity at P point means at this region, it will be P plus delta V. Means, so this velocity will be very much greater than that of this one. Remember always. Okay. So means here, this is the one layer. This is the another layer. Remember, name is given P layer and this is the Q layer. So what will happen, students, here? Why we called it as so? Relative motion means what? It is moving with the speed v. It is moving with the speed v plus delta v. Remember, students, always this layer will try to, okay, try to drag this layer with, along with this, okay, along with this. Means it tried to increase the velocity of this layer. So this layer will try to increase the velocity of this layer. Okay. In the same way, this layer will try to decrease the velocity of this layer. So it means, so always what will happen, students? Always there will be a difference in velocity. There will be a difference in what? Speed. So upper layer always try to, okay, drag this layer towards, okay, with the same speed. But this layer always try to, okay, drag this layer, upper layer, towards this one. So it means, as a result, remember, a relative motion or relative velocity will be goes on decreases due to the opposition between these two adjacent layers. So this layer will opposes for this and this layer will opposes for this motion. So as a result, what will happen? There will be a difference comes in a relative motion. Means, so some decrement means it will decreases the relative motion between the layers. Why? Because opposition will takes place here. Opposition will develops between two layers. This layer will try to increase the velocity of this layer. This layer will, okay, try to decrease the velocity of this layer. So as a result, what will happen, students? The relative motion will goes on decreases. So hence what will happen? Opposition will takes place. Opposition means someone will trying to push this. Okay, someone is resist, someone is resist for this motion. So that force itself is called, so this resistive force, or this is nothing but what we can call it as, okay, viscous force. So this, okay, force itself is called, this force is always opposite to the direction of motion of the, okay, liquid. Remember always. So for example, this is the motion of the liquid. If liquid is, okay, moving in this direction, means so viscous force is always opposite to that. Why? Because this force always try to bring, okay, towards, okay, it means it always opposes for motion of the liquid. Remember, or this force also called it as viscous drag. Remember, viscous drag, the name comes here, drag means it always opposes for motion of the liquid. So this is the case happening in viscous force. Here I written one, okay, sentence. What is that? This force acts tangentially on an layer in a direction opposite to the direction of flow. Remember, this is the, okay, direction of flow. Remember, flow of liquid. But viscous force is always opposite to this force. Remember, students. Okay, so this is the very important part in this, okay, this chapter. Remember. Okay, I hope you understood this one, what I am telling. Okay, so this is viscous force, or we can call it as viscous drag. And always remember, viscous force is always opposite to the direction of motion of the liquid. Okay, so that is the case. Then we will see, we will move to a next concept. Okay, let me to take a next concept. Okay, students, before going to next concept, let me to note few points. Okay, these are very important points for an exam point of view. Okay, the first point we have to note here, so that is the first one, microscopic cause for viscosity is interatomic, or we can say intermolecular electromagnetic force. These are very important point. Okay, it is observed that different fluids will have different levels of viscous effect. So for example, I will give you example between water and honey. So we already know which is more viscous. Honey is more viscous than that of water. Why? Because here, so between the layers the opposition will be more. Okay, so opposition between two adjacent layers will be more than that of water. So that's why we can consider it as a honey has a what more viscous. In the same way, let me to take example, if for your convenience, let me to write water flows more rapidly than honey, because honey is more viscous than water. Okay, remember these things, these are very important, students. Okay, so one more point, let me to discuss here. See students, we already discussed, I already written, with help of diagram I already explained. When a fluid flows, the different layers will have different velocity due to viscous force. So what I told you, so when water is flowing on the solid surface, then if I consider different layers here, so viscous force is always, it is a tangential force on different layers. So when water molecules, when it is touches, when it is come contact with the solid surface at the ground level, so almost its velocity will be zero. It means it is at rest here. As we move up, what will happens, the velocity will be goes on increases, and velocity will be maximum at the top surface. We already discussed all things. Same, let me to write here. Okay, so when fluid flows, the different layers will have different velocity due to viscous force. So then let me to take one point here. Topmost layer will have highest velocity. These are the very important point, you just note all this. And bottom most layer will have lowest velocity. So these are very important point, you just mark this point. So this we have to remember, students, remember. So topmost layer will have highest velocity and bottommost layer will have lowest velocity. So these are the very important point about viscous force and cause of viscosity. Student, remember, in competitive exam they may ask any type of problems. if they ask a question, see, in general, what will happen? For example, let me to take one different scenario. Okay, so for example, in a pipe, okay, water is moving systematically in this way. Okay, it is a streamline flow. So for example, this is a okay pipe. Okay, inside this pipe, water is moving. Now, how we can apply this viscous force? So what is the velocity at different layers? Okay, so what will be the effect of viscous force? We have to discuss. Remember students, in this particular case, when okay, fluid which is moving through particular pipe with a restricted area in a streamline flow, okay, or in steady flow. Remember, so if I consider one imaginary axis here, middle of the pipe, so this is the imaginary axis. So at this axis, remember, this is the axis what I am telling. Okay. So for example, let me to take in this way. So whatever molecule will flows, okay, whatever molecule will flows along this axis, remember, whatever molecule will flows here, so those molecules will have highest velocity, means will have, so this one, okay, I hope you seeing now, okay, by using, okay, okay, these molecules will have greater velocity, so which has greater velocity or maximum velocity, or we can say maximum velocity. So these molecules will, okay, flow with greater velocity on the axis, what I am telling. But remember students, as we consider this, okay, this layer, okay, as we consider this layer, okay, different layer if I consider, then what will happens to velocity? Remember, so velocity at this layer and as well as this layer, okay, which is very close to axis in the outward region, so this is least velocity, this is the least velocity. Remember this one, least velocity. But remember students, when water will, okay, touches the, when water molecule touches the, okay, boundary of this part, okay, so for example, outer, okay, surface of this pipe, so when it touches the pipe, okay, remember, so then its velocity will be goes on decreases, means it is, we can say it is goes on decreases, means we can say it as almost particle will comes contact with the pipe. At that condition, what will happens? So the velocity will be goes on decreases, means that is negligible, we can say it as zero. So that is happening in a pipe. Okay, you must remember these things students. Okay, so let me to write that point. If the fluid, if the fluid, okay, is flowing in a pipe, velocity will be, okay, maximum, we can write in this way, velocity will be maximum along the axis, along the axis of the pipe, remember, along the axis of the pipe, and it is gradually decreases, gradually, okay, decreases outward. Okay, and one more is, it is very least, least means negligible, at this condition we can say least, okay, least one, and okay, least velocity, okay, when least at the layer which is contact, with the pipe. Remember, as we written, so this diagram only tells everything. Okay, so this you must remember, this is very important part. Remember, when okay liquid or fluid is flowing through particular pipe with a restricted area, then the velocity will be maximum or greater velocity. So for these molecules only when they are moving along the axis. Okay, at the axis it will be maximum. As we okay go upward direction, okay, so adjacent layers, or when this water molecule will touches the okay uh, outward region, then what will happens, it will goes on okay decreases, its value will be goes on decreases. So you must be remember all these points, students. Is it okay? Yeah. Students, remember one more point I want to discuss with you. What is that? So, viscosity of liquid decreases with increasing the temperature, while it increases in the case of gases. So, for example, remember, students, in this particular case, so for example, liquids are there, and this is the considered as okay a gas cylinder. Okay, so for example, this is a one cylinder. So here any gas is taken here. So see here, in this particular case, as we increase the temperature, viscosity will be goes on decreases. It means, so viscosity will be lost. So at this condition, remember, as we increase the temperature, its viscosity will be goes on decreases. It lost its viscosity on increasing the temperature. But remember, so if you consider the same scenario in gas, okay, as we increase the temperature, but its viscosity will not decreases. So instead of that, what will happen? So viscosity will increases. Remember, this is the main okay difference between liquid as well as or any fluid. Okay, liquid as well as, particularly we can write liquid and gas. In a liquid, what will happen? As you increase the temperature, viscosity goes on decreases. So in a gas, as we increase the temperature, viscosity will be goes on increases. So that I written here. So I will give you one example, students. So for example, you already know we will use star, okay, to construct a road. Remember, have you noticed that anywhere? Okay, before going to use this star, okay, so in barrel itself this tar is more viscous, like this, it is more viscous. Then what they will do? So they will okay they will heat this barrel. Why? Because to decrease the viscosity. When it goes on decreases, okay, when its viscosity will be goes on decreases, then it comes in a liquid form. Okay, otherwise it will not sticks properly. Okay, it will not sticks properly on the road. So that's why, students, before using any tar while road constructing, you already know all these things, you have to okay heat the okay tar. Why? Because as we increase the temperature, viscosity will be goes on decreases, then it comes in the form of liquid form, then only it will sticks or it will mix up. Okay, so in good manner it will okay mix up with the okay other things. Okay, so that is the only reason to use okay heat here. Okay, we have to give some heat, isn't it? So this is the only reason for using okay tar. So then what we discuss, the viscosity of liquid will be gas. Okay, viscosity of liquid is always okay more than that of gases. Okay, so remember, viscosity of liquid will be more than that of gases. So for example, in your NCERT book they mentioned one example. So coefficient of viscosity, this is the okay, notation for coefficient of viscosity. We will discuss later, okay, what do you mean by coefficient of viscosity. So before going to that, the coefficient of viscosity for water will be 0.01 points. This is the, okay, SI unit. We will discuss in detail. And coefficient of air will be 200 micropoise. So you just notice this, okay, this is micro and this is poise, which is more here. So this is more here. So that's why students, viscosity of liquid, okay, is greater than that of what? Always gases. Remember? One more point, let me to write here. So these all points are very important for CET need purpose. Okay. So in case of, okay, liquids, more density. Now I am talking about density. What is the relation? Now we will see between density and viscosity. What will happen if density increases and decreases? Then what will happen? We will see one by one. So in case of liquids, if more density comes, students, then more is the viscosity. In liquid I am telling, okay. But in the case of gases, in case of, in the case of gases, okay, it is slightly different one. More the density, lesser, this is very important here, more here, lesser, okay, is the viscosity. This is the very important point for, okay, competitive. Remember students. So now, until now we talking only about, okay, viscosity and temperature. What will happens if temperature increases in liquid as well as in gas? We already know when a temperature is increases in liquid, what will happens? Okay, viscosity goes on decreases. But in gas, what will happens? Once a temperature increases, viscosity also increases. So in two different case we already discussed. Okay. So but in this particular case, remember students, in this particular case, if you consider a viscosity and density, okay, as we, okay, used liquids of more dense liquids, okay, then their viscosity will be more. Remember always. So for example, water and oil, if you consider, which is more viscous? So you already know, okay, oil is more viscous than that of water. It is just because of its value, okay, it's a value, it's a density value, okay. So in the case of gas, if I took, okay, so then what will happen? More density means lesser is the viscosity. You can see these things in your, okay, daily life on in practical also, okay. Remember students, we will move to next concept, that is nothing but, okay, velocity gradient. Velocity gradient. And one more concept is there here, that is, and coefficient of, just I told you, okay, coefficient of viscosity. Okay, both are very important for 1 mark, and some problems they may ask based on coefficient of viscosity. So we'll see some problems, okay, later. So let me to explain first velocity gradient. What do you mean by velocity gradients? So simple, okay. So for example, I already told you students, viscous force means these are the tangential force. Okay. So for example, if I consider this liquid or fluid is flowing on the surface of solid at the ground level, we already know students what is that. So there are different layer will comes, okay, different stages will comes, in the sense different layer we can call, okay. But the velocity of layers will be goes on increases as we move up. In the same way, let us consider any two layers. So for example, this is the first layer, this is the second layer if I took, okay. So different layer will have different velocity. So for example, this is the lower level, okay, layer, and this is the, okay, topmost layer. So topmost layer always have, okay, maximum velocity or maximum speed, remember, than that of this. So means, as we know, viscous force means what? This layer always try to drag this layer. It means this layer always try to, okay, increase the velocity of this layer, and this layer also not keep quiet. So what will happen? So this layer always try to, okay, drag this along with this speed. So due to this, what will happen, students, what I told, opposition will takes place, means there will be a change in a relative motion. So as a result, viscous drag will come. So that viscous drag is always opposite to the direction of flow of liquid, we know that, okay. But remember, students, between the layer, so there will be a gap, so that a small displacement is, we can write it as delta x, small change in displacement, small distance you can say. And the relative distance means v minus of, okay, this one. So difference in velocity, so difference in velocity we can call it as delta v, okay. So change in velocity, small change in speed, small change in velocity, so that ratio itself is called, okay, a velocity gradients. Let me to write the definition of this one. The rate of change of velocity with distance perpendicular to the direction, perpendicular to the direction, okay, perpendicular to the direction of flow, then this quantity, what is that quantity, what I told, delta v by delta x, okay, is called, okay, velocity gradient. Remember, they may ask for 1 mark, okay. Velocity gradient means it is the ratio of change in velocity, change in, okay, distance, okay, or displacement. We can call it as velocity gradient, student. This is very important, okay, point you must remember. So but remember, students, due to this velocity gradient, I can explain one more, okay, term here. What is that term? So that term itself is called, okay, coefficient of viscosity. So we'll see what do you mean by coefficient of viscosity, okay. We'll see what do you mean by coefficient of viscosity. So coefficient of viscosity, we can say on the help of, okay, viscous force. Remember, so what is coefficient of viscosity? Now we already finished a velocity gradient. What do you mean by coefficient of viscosity? A coefficient of viscosity we can write with the help of one equation. Before going to that, let me to write the statement here. According to Newton, the tangential, okay, viscous force, tangential viscous force, okay, so that viscous force we can write it as F, we already know that, okay, acting between two layers of liquid is directly proportional to first one, area of the layer, and second one, velocity gradient. Just let me to write in mathematically. What is that? According to Newton, tangential viscous force, that is nothing but F, acting between two layers of a liquid, it is directly proportional to area and directly proportional to what? Velocity gradient. We can write in this way, students. Okay, this is velocity gradient and this is the area between the layers, okay, between two layers. Now remember, to remove this proportionality I have to put some constant, then only equality will comes. After putting some constant only what will comes? Okay, equality comes. To make it as equality we have to put some constant. That constant itself is called, okay, here this is called eta. We can call it as coefficient of viscosity. So we already know coefficient of viscosity will not same for all fluid. Okay, it will be different for different fluid. Okay, we already know for water, oil. Okay, for different fluid it will be different. Okay, it has different value for different fluid. Remember students, along with this I have to don't, okay, forget to put here minus sign. Okay, you must be keep in mind, you have always you have to write this equation along with sign, that is negative sign. Why? I will tell you students. Okay, negative sign is very important here. So why? Because negative sign indicates, okay, so negative sign indicates here what it indicates. So this force and this velocity gradients are opposite to each other, so they will oppose to each other always. Okay, so means negative sign indicates viscous force or viscous drag. We can write viscous drag, that is nothing but F. Okay, is just opposite to direction of motion of direction of motion of the liquid. You must remember this. Okay, it means this force always oppose for, okay, a direction of motion of the liquid. Remember. Okay, so that's why they are opposite to each other, they will oppose to each other, they will resist to each other. So that's why here we have to write a negative sign, nothing is there. Okay students, okay, is it okay now? Yes. Then we'll see one more point here. See students, how I can, okay, define coefficient of viscosity. Okay, what do you mean by coefficient of viscosity? Okay, so this is the one equation, this is the explanation what I gave. So how can I write coefficient of viscosity? Remember, coefficient of viscosity means what? By using this, okay, equation only I can write. What is that equation students? Simple equation they given, F equal to minus eta a. A means area, this is the velocity gradient. You just tell me now, okay, F becomes, okay, minus eta or eta, whatever it may be. Okay, when it is possible? It is possible only when, okay, only when a means area must be 1 meter square or 1 centimeter square, whatever it may be, it should be unit, and dv by dx also should be 1 unit, then only it is possible students, then only it is possible. You can write here 1 unit also. So if it is 1, this is also 1 unit, then only F equal to minus, okay, eta. So that's why, so we can write the definition for coefficient of viscosity. What is the coefficient of viscosity definition, students? Let me to write in this way. So definition for coefficient of viscosity, for 1 mark it is very important, okay? Yes, it is defined as, it is defined as the tangential force per unit area of the layer required to maintain, Okay, required to maintain unit velocity gradient. Unit velocity gradient. Unit velocity gradient means what? This one. Okay, is it okay, students? So that is called coefficient of viscosity. Is it okay? Now remember, students, now question arises in your mind. Okay, so what is the SI unit? So but remember, students, SI unit you can write here. Okay, SI unit you can write Newton per meter square second, or simply we can write Pascal second. Okay, Pascal second. Then we already know a coefficient, unit for viscosity we already know. Okay, the same thing. Okay, you can write here, or if you want, let me to, okay, tell brief how it comes Pascal second. I will tell you. Okay, give me 2 minutes. Okay, students, remember I written here in detail how it comes. So for your convenience, remember I written in CGS system as well as in SI. Okay, so what is the coefficient of viscosity? We already know the formula for, okay, formula for viscous force is directly proportional to A. Okay, dv by dx we already know. So F, which is equal to minus eta. Okay, then what we written? A into dv by dx. So if I write for, okay, coefficient of viscosity formula, then how can I write this? So we can write F into, okay, F divided by A into dE by dx. Okay, so you can write in terms of magnitude, neglect the, okay, negative sign. So same thing I written here. See, in CGS system, what is the unit for force? That is dyne. We already know in units and measurement chapter, we already done this one. So the relation between dyne and Newton. Okay, same thing. Then area will be centimeter square. Why? Because it is in, okay, CGS system. You can't write meter square, you have to write centimeter square. dv, velocity, velocity is in terms of centimeter per second. Then dx means displacement or distance. So simply we can write it as centimeter. Centimeter get cancels. Okay, so when centimeter comes, okay, numerator, it becomes centimeter per square. So it means per centimeter square. Then once it comes numerator, means it becomes 10, okay, minus 1 becomes plus 1. So that's why dyne second, okay, per centimeter square. Okay, it means, or we can write it as poise. We already know the relation. One poise is nothing but one dyne second centimeter square per centimeter square. In SI, remember, students, I already written this Newton per meter square second, or we can write it as decapoise also. That is also possible. Why? Because in some question paper they may, okay, give like this. Okay, decapoise, don't get confused, this and this one. Okay, both are same. I already written here relation also. One decapoise means how much? 1 Newton, okay, second per meter square. So that is nothing but what? Okay, decapoise you can write. So you can write the relation also if you want. Let me to write that relation once. Okay, very important relation is there between poise and decapoise. Let me to write here. Okay, so then we will see the relation. Students, remember this is very important relation. What is that? Relation between poise and decapoise. One decapoise means what? 1 Newton second per meter square. So 1 Newton is nothing but how much a dyne? We already know 10 raised to 5 dynes. Okay, so into 1 second into, okay, 10 raised to 2, okay, centimeter. Okay, so in terms of meter, this is meter. So in terms of centimeter I written. Okay, so then it becomes 10 dyne, okay, second per centimeter square. So one dyne second centimeter square is nothing but 1 poise. So that's why, so that becomes what? 10 poise, remember. So this is very important relation, students, you must remember. So then we will see next concept, okay, in my next class. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye.